Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Alright everyone, welcome back. We are ready to hop on into map number 3 now between Movistar Riders and Prosto. It's going to be an exciting one, of course. Mirage now after 2 very close maps. Prosto, of course, taking the opening map on Overpass. Movistar Riders bouncing back with the victory on Inferno. And sending us here. Inferno normally the one you're excited for most as a map number 3 and a decider, but I'm very excited for this one just because I know Mirage is a map that's really good for both of these teams. I do believe, of course, Movistar Riders took the knife round. They've gone ahead and started on the CT side. So, on the side of the map that is a little bit favoured. Here we go. Easter picking up a defuse, getting a smoke over on the CT side, and then Mopo's with utility as well. I can't quite see what exactly the T's have right now, but you can see, at least on the radar, rather, what they're currently doing. Holding with a couple of players towards top mid, 3 players to be precise, actually waiting for some aggression potentially to come in, and then eventually beginning to advance forward with that flash. They have a Molotov, they have a smoke. They're going to be making their way on towards this A-bomb site where there is currently 3 defenders from Movistar Riders. A bit of a stack coming in. This could be dangerous. Alex able to pick up 1 as they come up connector, but traded back quickly by Quick. Not intended. It's actually just what happened. Soaker and Easter returning a couple themselves. So with that now a 4-on-2. World Edit and Yekindar left to try and save this round for Prosto. It's not going to be an easy task, but will they be able to pull it off is the question. Mopo's on mid. Can he get that kill on the Yekindar? Drops him low. And eventually World Edit on the P250 actually getting one. What is happening? It's all on Easter. Low health on the bomb site. How has this happened? The bomb in jungle though. Of course, Easter has now spotted that. So getting himself quite a bit of info to work with. He's going to just hide in this cubby. The only issue being 21 health right now. There's just around 30 seconds for Prosto though to get up the jungle and retrieve that bomb. So they do need to get a move on. They could potentially expect that he may have fallen back to somewhere else, but right now up close to that bomb, I mean, they're going to expect him to be somewhere around this area at the very least. As long as they work together, they should be okay. And there you have it. 1 body shot, all that was needed from World Edit on the P250. A great recovery from Prosto from that 2 versus 4. Being able to pull it back. Somehow, I have no idea how they were actually allowed to do that. It's not like they were working together either, not initially anyway, until they joined up there in the end for the 2 versus 1. But before that, they were separated, just kept on winning the fights. The P250 working out so well. I think we've seen them do that on the previous map as well. They do like kind of bringing out that raid boss. Right now, the force buy coming in from Movistar Riders. They don't want to give that one up for free. They will look to fight back into it, and although Alex picks up the opening kill, unfortunately, a couple trades instantly come back from Prosto, and eventually Quick spamming down even gets a headshot onto Soaker, so a 4-on-2 now in play. Dets on the Deagle, actually putting in a good hold right now. Takes 2, and Galil as well for him to himself to work with, rather. How has he managed to recover this? Quick even gets scouted down by the player on short. They should realize both players are on B at this point, of course, because Dets was the one to pick up a couple of kills, but they're still going forward. The bomb's pushing out of apartments right now. Fortunately for them, Dets has rotated away. Apologies, guys, again. Clean feed. Why is this coming up? I have not gone near the taskbar. Hopefully we can get that solved afterwards, because right now it's a pretty important position, because Dets spots that one player on short. Was waiting to see if he could spot out the second. Not sure where World Out it was coming from. Of course, he's already got out of the apartment, so the bomb is going to be planted on B. I'm not used to casting with a clean feed, and this is just not going well for me, guys. As I said, we will get that fixed very soon. Dets, though, moving in from kitchen. He doesn't have a defuse kit, so time could become an issue. For now, though, the bomb hasn't been down very long, so he does have a bit of time to work with a smoke. Toss down onto the bomb. Right now, World Edit, of course, just playing back in the apartments. He's in a good position to be able to stop this defuse once it comes in, and he does so just with the nade. Direct impact on some damage, and then the explosion, of course, to actually finish him off. Alright, there we go. I got it in, was able to just about click pause, and that fixed it for us. Big sorry, guys. Yeah, Windows taskbar. No, I couldn't get it fixed at that exact time. Thank you, though, P2 Herons. I'm sorry, I probably completely butchered your name. Right now, though, knowing they're going to be up against the Eco, of course, we will see the T's just grouping up and immediately executing over towards A. Put the smokes down, use the advantage that they have in terms of the weaponry, but taking a bit of a peek out of Palace before that smoke actually blooms on the steps gives the opportunity to the Deagle actually pick up the opening kill. It wasn't too bad. Soaker pushed up into the Palace position, actually stealing away a Galil. Unfortunately, he doesn't get much more done with it, but they've at least got a couple of kills. A bit of damage at the very least. Considering they didn't really put much investment into it, it's not too bad. I can call him the warm-up caster. Did he accidentally cast warm-up one time or something? See, you get panicked a little bit. A lot of the time when you're casting, you don't have info about when the game is actually going to go live when you're doing online casting. So you're just watching for it to go live. Maybe you got distracted for a second, you look back, it looks like it's live, and you're like, oh damn, I need to get into this quick. So, we'll give him a little bit of leeway. It does happen sometimes. I don't think I've made this specific mistake, thankfully. But nobody's perfect. Bit of damage there found in favour of the T side early on. They've gotten themselves mid-control as well, and they actually have a player up around, I think he's in ladder, yeah, not quite in window. Only having the Mach 10 though, not the greatest of weapon. If he had a rifle right now, it'd be a great spot for him to cut off the rotations, could set them up for a split in towards B, or could set them up to take it on towards A and then just have a player on short, as I said, to cut off rotations, and maybe even play the bomb then if you can get it planted for connector / short. Here we go, a minute remaining. Still a good bit of time for the T side, but they are beginning to group up, setting themselves up for most likely a split towards B, but with a player in Palace, they could still drop back down and take it up through connector. As I say that does indeed seem to be the case. The bomb going to be going over towards A, and they've sold a fake, the rotation. It's coming in right now. Over towards B, rather. Leaving Soaker alone in the CT spawn. He has a NOP. He may be able to spam down the planter. Doesn't quite manage to spot him though, and doesn't take the attempt. Doesn't want to give away his position as of yet. Spots that player in sandwich and not able to connect the shots, and now it comes down to the 4 versus 4 retake. They do have a defuse kit. They don't have a lot of utility. It's a single flash, so they are going to use that quickly and just look to try and work in together. See if they can make this happen. World Edit spotting the player just about seeing the shoulder coming out of spawn, but the smoke went down. So he's not allowed to really see too much. It's Quick instead that they rely on from Palace. He pops out, taking himself 3 already. It's all onto Mopos as he finds one to drop it into a 1 versus 1, of course, but the bomb's already taken away too quickly. He doesn't have a defuse kit for himself at the moment either. There was one around CT spawn, but not able to pick it up. So, well, wouldn't have had time really to get there, pick it up, get the bomb, and also get on the bomb and also find the kill beforehand. So, yeah, would have been difficult. And by that I mean impossible, as Irish people like to understate things. Is casting your full-time job, or is it just for the weekends? Well, it's what I do full-time, yeah. I'm still relatively young, just turned 21, so I do still live at home. But I make decent enough money from it. Hoping to move out eventually. Oh, but here we go. Only pistols available from Movistar Riders, bar the one hero up from Easter. We've seen that a couple of times. It did work out on Inferno, rather. Will it be as successful here on Mirage is the question for the moment. He's just been smoked off, so relegated to the support role and not really able to do too much. Actually holding down that B-bomb site. Ooh, okay, Alex is actually coming in on the retake alone from Kitchen with the Deagle. No Kevlar, has taken himself 2 kills. They were tagged up already, the players, but still has given his team a bit of a chance now on this one. The CZ from Soaker are going to be able to catch World at it. And now it's a double up setup on the retake. I mean, quick shots being connected. This could very easily be won out by Movistar. And there it is. Soaker connecting 2 wall bangs. Knows that final player's on short. Doesn't have a defuse kit, but he taps the bomb to try and bait out the peak. Scope being heard. Soaker tapping it again. I think at this point Nickelback realizing there's no defuse kit most likely. So is playing time extremely well. And with the Mach 10 we'll be able to finish it off. But a much closer round than Prosto would have hoped for. Again, only going up against some pistols and then the 1-up that Easter had in play. Easter actually picking up the opening kill, I believe, off the back of Peek and True Connector. A second kill as well coming in there from the secondary up in the hands of Soaker. So, I mean, we're not catching them, but right now Movistar Riders are catching Prosto, catching them out and exposed, allowing those ups to take a very easy lead. Waylander jumping out. I was about to say, does Mopo realize he's waiting to see if anyone else is going to try and push forward? He may have to just take this kill eventually. Yeah, Waylander going to turn around. Yekindar was given time to close in the distance though on short, so ready for the trade. It's a 2v3. He knows the op is on the back of the bomb site because of that flash now. Blinded him up and eventually finds the headshot. Easter goes down. It's not a happy Easter. It's Alex and Soaker now. 2 versus 2. This round still in a position that could go either way, and it looks like Yekindar, if he had just continued holding that angle, probably would have taken down Alex. Unfortunately gets caught off guard though. Alex crossed in the split second that he wasn't actually watching that, so now it's a 1 versus 1. Nickelback will retrieve the bomb and likely bring it over towards A. Oh, and Alex actually just has the perfect position right now to cut off this rotation. And Nickelback obviously realizes it. Of course, he's being very cautious and done some pretty good damage and actually manages to get the kill. Even though the Molotov forced Alex up the steps and into the open, it still seemed like he was in the better position to take that fight over Nickelback, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it happen. So with that 6-0 for Prosto, right now coming in and just kind of demolishing here on Mirage. Not what I expected. I mean, there's been some close rounds for sure. You can see because of that, the economy is still in a very weak spot for Prosto. I mean, they don't have very much money built up at all. Losing one round would put a couple players on a double eco. But I mean, Movistar Riders, they need to start picking up some rounds, otherwise that's not really going to be too much of a positive. Again, only pistols in this round as well. No Kevlar even to actually back it up. A B-rush going to be coming in, the Deagles. Let's see what they can get done. Dets is able to take down Quick. Unfortunately, Yekindar does return one pretty much instantaneously. Dets though with the retrieved Krieg able to take himself a kill on towards Yekindar, who had dropped out of the apartments, and it's a very split up push right now from the D side. Not really trading very well off of each other. Nickelback pulled back one, but he is being pushed down and cannot manage it. It's all onto World Edit in a 1-on-3. The bomb already out on the B-bomb site, so he does have to make his way in this direction. With all 3 players already in position to hold it down. You don't really fancy his chances. He's hoping that someone's going to make a mistake and give him the opening, but you can see Movistar Riders, they know that this is a very important round. Waiting for World Edit to show himself first so that they can take the peak together. And he is going to have to move forward, of course, with the bomb down over towards the kitchen wall. So it's not an easy position for him to recover it either. Drops down, his position now known, up close on short pillar. There is Dets. He doesn't actually get taken down there, but an eagle shot. So was given a bit of an opportunity, but unfortunately not able to take down Dets, who comes in and finishes it off with the ace. What a round from that man to finally allow for Movistar Riders to actually get one on the board. And as I said, losing that one for Prosto ruins their economy. Waylander and Quick are on a double eco, so they're probably just going to buy in here. Able to maybe spread out the love a little bit. Nickelback can drop a rifle. Nickelback in a good position. He needs to be careful though, because it looks like the CTs are considering some ramp aggression. Only ended up with one rifle. I thought Prosto could have got a bit more than that. I guess wanted the extra utility so that they could go for this execute soaker. And does he realize they dropped onto the bomb site? Apparently nah. Yekin they're able to get an easy kill, a second one as well, as Alex has to focus his attention over towards the ramp. Easter then being forced back into the spawn, chased down by Yekindar, who just cannot be stopped on the Mac 10. I mean, I jinxed it because Death comes in and dishes out Death indeed. And 3 versus 2, as it's somewhat recovered by Movistar Riders, and with that kill is brought back into a pretty good position indeed. The bomb right now is still in the possession of World Edit. Smoke actually being dropped by Death. Should give him a chance to try and plant it. Still spamming away. Dets is, fortunately for his own sake, not really getting tagged up by the spam. But there's not a lot of time left. They need to get a move on. Nickelback trying to wrap in through mid. Trying to see if he can maybe catch someone off guard and give them an opening. But there's a player in towards jungle that he's going to have to be careful of. As he pushes his way up, no utility, of course, so they don't really have a way to actually block him off. Nickelback's just going to have to cross over, lets his teammate take the first contact, and tried to follow it up for the trade, and almost got it. But Mopo's on 90 in health, connects the shot, and with that, it's 6-2. A couple of rounds now being found in a row from Movistar Riders, looking a little bit better. Let's see if they can keep this up, and I mean, this round should be pretty easy, up against an eco, most likely. There's a bit of Kevlar at least behind these pistols. Something to back them up. Give them a bit more of a chance rather to try and actually get a few kills. Hang on. Turn around. Turn around, Nickelback. He would have saw the player on short. He actually catches Dets in the window. Oh, they're not going to be happy about that. The upper on short was exposed. Instead, he takes the one in window. And the player in window probably thought it was clear because his teammate was pushed up so aggressively on short. Soaker, though, taking a couple of kills back. Alex eventually joining in with one of his own. So it doesn't seem like it's going to cost them the round. Fortunately, they have recovered quite well. Only up against the pistols, of course. But, I mean, let's see. One more kill even being found for Prosto, and I think they could be happy with a bit of damage at the very least. Here we go again, time getting low. Leaving it still just 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to push over towards the CT spawn. We're trying to see, I guess, if they could split in towards B and get that bomb planted. It would have been a very nice bonus of $800 each, but not able to find the success, unfortunately. But they still have a decent buy. It's not going to be bad. They're coming out with the rifles. Unfortunately, not going to have an op. Nickelback could get one glass cannon, but normally World Edit would be the one on the op, so you don't expect that to happen. He pulls out a Krieg instead. Doesn't go for the helmet either, which could cost them a bit because they are up against an M4 and a couple of Bogs. But let's see. How is this going to go? 6-3. Movistar Riders now taking 3 rounds in a row, so it's been a good recovery, but Prosto still already having 6 on the D side. I don't think they're going to be too upset. If they can grind out another couple rounds and bring it up to 8 in total, 9 or something like that, they will be in a really good position. And right now it's actually looking pretty solid as they make their way towards A. Alex and Connect are able to cut off one player, drop the bomb to delay a little bit, but he was returned on by Yekindar, who eventually goes down to death. So a 2 versus 2 as the bomb gets planted. Make that 2v1. Actually, Mopo's connected a shot as I was speaking. World Edit pulls one back. He is trapped in behind Triple at the moment and tries to take the swing with the flash that he threw in, but it did not blind Mopo's, and he's able to connect a very quick headshot. Another round gone in favor of Movistar Riders. A close one with only one player surviving, but either way, success was found. And it is a bit upsetting for Prosto because they had such a good start in that round as well. It seemed like they were in a pretty good position, and then unfortunately ended up losing the player over towards Connector. They'd been trading initially well as they were pushing in towards the bomb site, but then got slowed down a bit. As in this round, a bit of a switch up from Prosto, looking for a much earlier attack over towards B. Will this be expected? It's only actually Mopo's at this point over on B. He doesn't have a Molotov to delay either, only a smoke, so this is going to be awkward as they begin to push forward. In the back of the bomb site with the AUG, the hip fire and take down Wayland. They're just about, but Yekindar with a quick trade. The Molotov ready from Alex, and it's just continuously back and forth. I mean, Alex at that point with the 4-on-3 maybe should have considered playing a little bit more passively. Death's pushing up through short. Gets caught by Nickelback, who was playing ahead of the smoke, and with that now a 3-on-2. It's the double op setup for the retake. Easter moving in, so they are looking to actually commit to this retake rather. Knows there's a player up close, and unfortunately isn't able to connect the shot quite in time. Nickelback with the headshot, leaving it all onto Soaker now, trying to save the op. So Prosto finally going to be getting themselves another round on the board, although I think Soaker's going back to see if he can maybe make this happen. He heard one player pushing out through short, so was like, okay, maybe if I can get these kills quickly on people coming through kitchen, I could defuse. But it didn't work out. Oh, look at this position from Soaker. Oh, the taskbar again going to be popping up, but Quick going to be popping out from Palace and taking down Soaker, who had himself a good position. Right, there we go. We fixed it. Apologies again. I don't know why that came up. But yeah, that was unfortunate. Soaker, if he had held around ramp, just stayed in that spot so that he could keep the info about if anyone was coming towards A, that could have allowed his teammates then to maybe take a bit of a gamble and stack a little bit towards mid and over towards B as well. Unfortunately, not working out. Instead, it's a man disadvantage. It's a weapon disadvantage as well for Movistar Riders. It's not the spot that you want to be in right now, especially considering they are fully invested. Of course, Prosto will be taking an 8-4 lead if they win this, likely a 9-4 then off the back of it, with Movistar Riders having to take an eco. Oh, Easter! Quick flick for the headshot there on the Yekindar, who came into ladder room. Unfortunately, World Edit was up close behind, so ready to trade. Mopo's though on the MP9 on B, finding success and looking for a second, which he will eventually get. But now he's alone. Can he make it happen? Needs a quad kill overall, needs the 1 versus 2. But he ends up getting taken down. There it is, World Edit going to be able to take that final kill. They pushed up both sides, so whichever side he tried to take the peak on, someone was ready and holding the angle. 8-4, as I said, another round very likely to be Prosto's off the back of it. Unfortunately, not even really able to get any pistols out in this round to have much of a chance to be able to actually make it a costly one. The Eagle, a P250, and a few USPs being kept with no upgrade at all. Oh, and Waylander gets caught by that aggression in the apartment. He's done some decent damage, but the AK is still going to be picked up by Dets. The Molotov down, though, should force him in the open. The AK, of course, now in the flames. I was going to say, going to be difficult for Mopos to retrieve, but he just about manages to make it work. Pressing that E key. Extend the arms. Fortunately, they don't get burned in the fire. 4 on 4. Still favouring the T side, of course, but I mean, Movistar, we've seen them pull off a couple of weak buys already. At this point, I do begin to get a little bit worried for Pros, though, and there it is. Soaker coming in on the flank. He's shown us why, able to take himself a quick kill. There's another player as well, because they were able to push up mid. So if they try and make their way back through the apartments, they're in trouble, which is going to be the case right now, most likely. The only thing is for Alex, he's only on 8 health. So, I mean, with a USP and 8 health, is there really a lot that he's going to be able to do? I mean, who knows? Catches one player off guard slightly, but World Edit on the AK, after taking one bullet, which was barely any damage, just comes in and finishes him off easily. Mopo's his position known. They know he's over on A. They should be able to close this one out quite easily. There it is. 9-4. Pros, though, putting up a good showing here on the T side of Mirage so far. This is a gun round that Movistar Riders need to win. If they lose this, they're probably going to be going down 11-4 at the halftime, which is not easy to recover from. Bring it up to 6, pick up the pistol on the second half, and suddenly they're right back in the game. So these final 2 rounds, I would say, are quite important. And there we have it. Mopo's actually kicking it off over towards the apartments. That was just one player kind of lurking, though. You can see right now everyone else set up to try and commit on towards A, and World Edit actually catching Alex in rotation. He was trying to make his way over towards the CT spawn. Goes down even Soaker under the Palace now with just an MP9. Drops the smoke, allows him to get out on towards default, and actually finds Quick coming out of Palace. And there does trade one back, but the smokes right now are perfect actually for the CTs to just play around. They drop their own smokes, and at the moment, Pros though getting overwhelmed, unable to deal with the amount of kind of improvised angles that have been created. As they run it over towards B, the timing, oh, it's close. Mopo's just about gets her. They hear each other jumping out of the apartments and the kitchen respectively, as their follow-ups are just about the same amount of time behind. Nickelback getting flashed in to see if he can take a bit of a peek. World Edit, though, going to be able to catch one there onto Mopos. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Dets is just about on Dets' door, so this could be an issue. Soaker going to have to get most of the work done from this point forward. He's now coming in to join his teammate over towards Kitchen. World Edit and Nickelback with the bomb down. It's looking good. They are currently unaware of the fact that both players are coming from Kitchen. As I say that, though, World Edit finds out, takes one kill in the meantime. Will eventually go down, but it's in a 1v1 now. Nickelback can just play time on this bomb. There is a defuse kit to work with, but Soaker doesn't have the info, of course, so that was the issue. Nickelback pops out for a headshot as Soaker was clearing angles. It's 10-4, and the buy isn't going to be very good coming into this final round and a half right now. So this is an issue for Movistar Riders. As you can see in your screen, shout out to Hellcase. You'd use code SLTV if you are going to be heading on over there. Nading towards ramp, not really doing too much damage on the Quick, so he will be okay. The steps, it's interesting. The stairs in CSGO seem to block damage. Not too sure why, but they do. That's just how it works. Mopos, oh yeah, there's not a bit of a gap. I was thinking maybe there was a bit of a gap that Waylander was watching. Fortunately for his sake, there is not. Once it begins to fade away, though, there could be a little bit of trouble. Yeah, there is actually the left side if he was peeking out wider, but wasn't risking it. Eventually, though, the smoke is gone. The Molotov comes in, but he takes the peek on towards Mopos and gets the headshot and just about escapes into safety. 5 on 4 now. Not a good spot. No utility really left apart from one smoke and one flash and no defuse kit. And of course 3 SMGs. Movistar Riders just not getting much going here on Mirage so far. It has been a struggle for them. Grouping up to take this one towards A now. 2 players making their way towards Palace and Ramp respectively. 3 players then coming up through Connector, and actually perfect timing being found there to catch the player in Palace who had pushed up for the CT side. Was shifting his attention back towards Connector to try and look out a little bit, see if he could help his teammate. Quick then taking down Soakers. He peeks out from Palace, leaving only Deaths and Easter. I think that just Deaths, no longer the case either. He didn't last very long. 11-4 at halftime. Prosto looking dominant right now. It was close in the beginning. We've seen the 6-0 lead for Prosto, then we had 4 rounds in a row from Movistar Riders, but then Prosto instantly just come back with 5 of their own. Look at that, we can see it. There was a few rounds where Movistar Riders rather got it going, but other than that, Prosto pretty much controlled the game, or the half rather, and could control the game if Movistar Riders don't pick up this pistol. They need it if they want to get going, if they want to give themselves a chance to actually make this comeback happen. Even then, going to be very difficult. 4 rounds as they head onto the T side. Oh, hang on. An A stack coming in right now from Prosto. We could catch the players who are holding in towards Ramp and Palace. Easter turning away, waiting on perhaps a flash to come in. Manages to catch 1. The Glock up close takes 2. Oh, Quick and Nickelback both going down. And that's gonna influence them now. Just straight up commit to this A bomb site. Yekin there though does pull a couple back because they still had 2 more players set up to hold it down. Waylander then popping in from CT spawn. I think they realise all 3 players are here at this point, so are bringing the bomb over towards B, or at the very least attempting to. Emphasis on attempting, because they end up failing. And then World at it with the final headshot. Prosto started it off pretty poorly with a 2-man disadvantage, but very quickly managed to pull it back. Good work from Yekin there. He's been impressive, especially on those pistols. Been looking crisp. 12-4, Movistar Riders. Probably going to eco 13-4 at that point. If they don't win out the gun round, then it's probably over. There won't be very much room for them to work with. Too aggressive up mid, not really allowing for the T's to actually put much of a plan in right there. Movistar Riders would have been looking ideally for a bomb plant if possible. But of course, we're just instantly rushed down. All the players just holding towards top mid. That one player who came out on there almost maybe catching one off guard. But it was a quick spin around to finish it off. 13-4. A very clean round from Prosto. As expected though against the full eco. This is where it really matters now. Movistar Riders, they get to show us what they have here on the D side. And it has to be now, and also, they don't have a lot of room for error throughout the rest of the half, so this is going to have to be a near flawless D-side for Movistar Riders, and right now it's not looking like that's going to be the case. Again, the aggression coming in towards Ramp. The op from World Edit going to be able to find the opening kill. He was actually in the back lines. There was 2 other players up close. They will give up mid control rather in the meantime, so that is one positive for Movistar Riders. Able to go up short or even get a player in towards ladder room potentially. Actually just jumping straight in the window, bypassing ladder room. What's the plan right now for the T side? If they try to go towards A, they don't have the ramp control because there's 2 players pushed up. But they do have one in window and one in connector. The only thing is the bomb is alone over in the apartments. So this is an interesting choice. Currently 1 player pushed up deep into the apartments as well. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. I mean, they need the 1-for-1 trade at the very least here. Trying to check it, immediately jumping in. Waylander does get 1 before going down, so that's not too bad. They're able to at least get the trade, and there we have it. Coming in from Kitchen now. Mopo is able to help them out. That's the B-bomb site open. Movistar Riders looking good. They actually get a man advantage now in this position. The bomb should be planted. World Edit, I don't know if he's going to expect someone up so close either. as you can see, just deciding on the save. Understandably so. They'll be able to pull together a buy in this next round. They have a massive lead as well, so no point kind of throwing away these weapons when they don't need to force the round so much. Sorry, my dog's being a bit loud at the moment because the door knocked, so while they're saving, I'm trying to stay a little bit quieter. The boy, of course, going to be coming back in, as I said. Prosto able to drop over a few weapons. The op is still available for World Edit as it was saved over. I think he's sitting on 24-8 right now. Damn. Having a pretty spectacular performance at the moment. At 3.0 KD, 180 R as well as the opper. It is very impressive. Trying to spam away. Almost connected a couple of shots there on mid, but not quite. Go back. Not going to be having a lot of success either. So for the moment, Prosto probably just going to have to give up this mid control. Although, as I said, that Nickelback decides he wants to push out and at least peek under to smoke down. Pretty common that the Teals will spam that, so it is a pretty dangerous peek to take, even with the smoke down. Apologies, guys, the dog being a little bit loud. My brother not closing his door for some reason, even though he knows I am working. Ooh, Mopos catching the player around that smoke there and connector. An interesting position for World Edit to be playing. Yekin there ready to trade, but he needs to be careful out. There's no one actually nearby. I thought there was a player towards top mid, but Easter had already made his way back around into spawn, so grouping up to take it on towards A. But a man disadvantage right now for Movistar Riders. This is not looking great. They don't have a smoke either. Trying to plant this bomb. Need to look in towards the spawn. Indeed, there will be some cover. Nickelback will go down. He done some good damage, but that's it. A 2 versus 2 now. Yekindar going to get dropped as well as they swing together. And suddenly it's all on Waylander. A round that was looking good for Prosto beginning to fall apart somewhat. Waylander looking to save the day. Gets one. There's a defuse kit close to his left that he is going to go ahead and retrieve. A smoke and a flash as well to work with. That final player over on Tetris as he drops the smoke now. Thinking... Oh, okay, he gets the kill. I was going to say, thinking, of course, that it will give him the ability to walk up close, and at that point, the T player would think that he crossed straight over the default towards the bomb. And I guess that's what happened, because he peeked out, looking to maybe try and drop down, but ends up getting taken by surprise, of course, by the fact that Waylander peeked around the left side of the triple box instead. So, well played. Waylander managing to make that 1 versus 2 work and extending the lead up to 14-5 now for Prosto. More rounds to go. From this point forward, Movistar Riders cannot drop another round unless they want to have to bring it back into overtime. Ideally, they need to take every round that remains from this point forward to be able to take it in regulation. So it's a very tall task to actually ask of them. Will they find success? I mean, this round could tell us if it's even a possibility or not. Their buy is decent. 3 AKs, a Mac 10 and a CZ. They're grouping up in the B apartments. East are actually finding a kill. Popping out a Palace, I believe. That baits Waylander into dropping down from the apartments. And he's going to find out pretty soon that this is where the commitment's coming in. Indeed, utility being thrown in. Waylander turns around. He lets one bypass, but he will still be able to find a double kill, actually, pretty quickly. Yekindar with 2 of his own as well. And that leaves only Easter now. He's rotated his way around in true CT spawn and found himself in window. But I don't think he's going to be able to do very much. World Edit is even in jungle. So if he had peeked in, rather, he would have got the kill. I think Yekindar could have heard him maybe jump up into the ladder room. Not too sure at the moment, to be honest. But I do think they are somewhat aware. Let's see. Deacon outshoot is spotted. Gets one quick headshot. But the trade is ready from Yekindar. 15-5. Map and serious point from Prosto. As you can see, it's a really weak buy right now from Movistar Riders. An AK, 2 CZs, a Deagle, and a Mac 10. Easter's going to have to be the one to step it up. I mean, he's been playing well, but is he going to be able to get this done? There's going to be So much pressure on him, so much weight on his shoulders, and already losing 2 teammates early on to that mid-aggression is not good. Quick up close on triple. Looking to see what he can get done. Eventually gets one here for the CT side before they can finally put him down, so he just keeps it in a favourable spot for pros though. It's all on Soaker, and he gets finished off at 16-5. We had a close map one. It was close on Overpass, it was close on Inferno, but unfortunately here on Mirage for Movistar Riders, they were just never able to get going. A very convincing showing indeed. And of course that was the winners match, so I do believe that Pros though of course going to be advancing off into the playoffs now. On the other hand, Movistar Riders, they will still have a chance down in that down in the decider match, so it's not the end of the road for them. But if you did enjoy, guys, make sure you hit that follow button. That is the final map of the day for me. I'm going to be going ahead and calling it at that, as I'm going to go ahead and send it over to some advertisements rather. So if you enjoyed my casting, you can actually check me out. I don't know if the caster command is working. I don't think it is, so if you wanted to check me out on Twitter, it's just at Dean Brown IE. And of course, as I said, make sure you do also hit the follow button above the channel, because there's going to be plenty more qualifiers, and of course then the actual tournaments as well. Oh god damn it, the clean feed was still open, so the music came on in the background, and I now have some rushing in my ears, so I actually will have to call it at that, guys. Thank you for watching, as I said, and I hope you enjoyed.